Hello friends, welcome to my channel, or back to my channel as the case may be. Today we are up to number 51 out of our 1001 tarot spreads. This is a spread for developing your psychic or spiritual gifts. So why would you want a spread like this? This is for when you feel that there is something developing inside of you, some sort of ability that is either hereditary to your family or that you felt is always there, but you're unsure of how to develop it. If that describes your situation right now, this is a spread for you. As always, this is just a sample, a demonstration of how to use this spread. You'd naturally want to do a reading yourself or have someone do one for you for a more tailored experience. This is just one possible way of how a reading would show up. That being said, let's get into it. This spread is a 5-card spread that uses the full tarot deck. It arranges the cards in a letter T shape with 3 across the top and then 2 down. The first card is, how is your gift showing up currently? How do you currently perceive your gift or access it? Card number 2, what is inhibiting your ability to develop your gifts? Card number 3, should you be looking for help developing this gift? Or is it something you can develop on your own without outside guidance? Card number 4, how far do you actually want your gift to develop? What are the potential consequences of letting it just develop as far as it can? Card number 5, is your gift such that you can use it to help others? Is it something that you could build a practice around? What would that look like? That's card number 5. So we're going to shuffle the cards and we will see how to develop our gift. I am once again using the Tarot of the Dark Woods. It is a bit more of a Gothic inspired deck with a strong emphasis on female figures and female archetypes. So let's see what they have to tell us. Okay, so card number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So card number 1, how does it show up? How does my gift present itself to me in this moment? Is represented by the Page of Pentacles. In this card, we see a youngish woman looking at the pentacle in her hand. It's clearly something that you are aware of. It's something that feels real to you. It's not just a momentary feeling. It's something you know how to access, but you're still teasing it out. You're still feeling what that might look like or how to best use it. There are opportunities to grow, but you have some basic understanding of it already. Card number 2, what is inhibiting or limiting your ability to grow at this moment? We have Judgment reversed. Judgment is a card that implies finality. There's no going back. In the context of this reading, particularly with it being reversed, there is a fear of what could happen if you fully develop your gifts. How are other people going to look at you? How is it going to change your relationships? Are you going to be able to continue doing the same work that you've been doing? A lot of times with spiritual gifts, with psychic abilities, it opens our awareness of the world around us in a way that we cannot then turn off. It forever alters how we view the world. In many ways, it changes our sense of judgment. It changes what we value. That can be a scary proposition. The fear of that change is what is currently inhibiting your ability to grow, to develop your gifts. Card number 3 is, do we need some outside help? It is represented in this reading by the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card of dread. If we look at the image, we see a woman with a series of swords suspended behind her. That is a precarious place to be. It is a threatening place to be. If you read the author's notes about these particular cards, they emphasize the concept of self-critique, of being overly self-critical, as the concept behind their interpretation of the Nine of Swords. How do we overcome our internal self-critique? For me, I had to stop listening to outside voices. I had to learn to recognize my own actual internal voice. Based off of the interpretation of this card and the feeling I am getting from this reading, you've got some pretty negative self-talk surrounding what it means to have spiritual gifts. You're cautious about what you say and how you say it and when, and it's tearing you up inside. That will require some outside help, but you have to be very careful about who you allow to help you. You want people who dismiss that negative self-talk rather than feed into it. People who acknowledge your gifts and marvel and enjoy and want to see where they develop. Someone who sees it as a joyous experience rather than something to be afraid of. Find a group of friends, supporters, confidants who you can practice together with. This will help you overcome the negative self-talk. This will help you overcome the dread and the fear of embracing your gifts. Card number 4 is how far do we want to take this? How far do we want to develop our gift? And it is represented by the Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Wheel of Fortune is about life's cycles, changes, transitions. There will be highs, there will be lows. Being reversed, it shows the tendency to focus on the negative rather than the positive change that can come because of this. You can learn and develop your gift as far as you want, but be aware that there will be cycles to it. There will be times of activity and there will be times of rest. Both are okay. Don't beat yourself up because you are in a moment of rest rather than action. Know that it will pass, that it will change. Card number 5 represents the question, do we want to turn this into a professional thing? Do we want to make money off of our spiritual gift? Or do we want to just use it in our personal private life? This is being represented by the card of Justice. If we look at the card, we see a woman holding both a set of scales and a sword, with 2 other women kneeling at her feet blindfolded. Unlike many versions of the card of Justice, the one holding the scales, her eyes are clear. She can see the truth. When you read the description in the author's guide in the booklet, they describe the sword as being the sword of truth. You will need to come to the decision of whether you are comfortable making money off of your spiritual gifts as a profession or using it exclusively in your personal life. And the way that you can weigh those options is, do you feel at peace with yourself keeping this gift to just yourself and your personal life? Or do you feel driven by that internal truth to be more public about it? Only you can answer that question. Only you can weigh those 2 options. Take the time to consider it. Seek out the truth of what the 2 paths can bring to you. This brings reading number 51 to a close. I hope you have enjoyed this reading and that this sample gave you some ideas, whether it was a close fit to you or not. Let me know. Are you going to try this spread for yourself? Do you like this deck? Do you like this spread? Do you disagree with any of my interpretations? If so, let me know. Tell me in the comments. If you're enjoying this series, if you're deriving any benefit from it, please let me know and consider subscribing. That way you will be able to be notified every time I upload another video. Until next time, walk in the light, my friends. Bye.